All right, hope you enjoyed those new musics coming from Fred in 422. Now we're up to episode 423. Makes perfect sense. Fine music, and we're going to get Spencer's picks right now.
Alrighty then. Well, here goes. I got four of them for you. First one is Just a Bird by Blind Pilot. Blind Pilot are a neat kind of group. They've been around since 2011. They had two adult alt radio hits back then with We Are the Tide and Half Moon, both very pleasant and buoyant folk rock tunes. And it's been almost a decade since Blind Pilot last released a song. And this one, Just a Bird, it continues in the sort of folk rock direction they usually go in, but with a bit more kind of a rootsy country flavor. And the title is interesting, Just a Bird. I mean, what does that mean? But the chorus says, sometimes a bird is just a bird. I still don't know what that means, but my best guess is that the lead singer is kind of doing some soul searching. Real Good Love by Pete Yorn is my next pick. Getting on a bit of a folk rocky vibe this week. Anyone who's familiar with the, not just the music, but the tunings that people like Nick Drake and Joni Mitchell used, I find that this one may or may not have a similar tuning. It kind of sounds like it was at least inspired by that, because I can hear like sort of a drop D kind of thing in this song. Pete Yorn usually has pretty conventional tuning. The few times he doesn't, he uses a capo, so this is kind of an interesting song to hear. My next song does not have a title, so I'm going to show it by picture. Yes, that actually is the name of the song. It's pronounced Smiley Face. And it's written with a colon and a right side parentheses to indicate the face. Name of the band who does it is Japanese House. They've been around for a few years. Got that whole electronic vibe going there, kind of electronic folk rock, sort of like Beth Orton, if any of you are familiar with her. I kind of like how this song is sort of a mix of like folk and electronica and Baroque pop. It's very kind of buoyant, pleasant sort of feel. All three of these songs kind of go along with the low-key summer that I've had so far. Just very breezy and light. And the last song I have, When You Know Someone by Valley, is no different. Well, kind of. This one is probably the only one of the four songs I have that has gotten traction on both more independent stations and better-known stations. And the reason for this, I would say, Valley sort of has a vaguely similar sound to like maybe Imagine Dragons or bands like that, although they use more harmonica than Imagine Dragons do, which helps to distinguish them from other groups of their ilk. And the other thing that I liked about this song, most of the song is in C sharp, but then when the song ends, it descends. It goes from a C sharp down to a regular C. And it has that sort of weird, like, dwindling sound that's used on a fair amount of, like, psychedelic rock and psychedelic pop recordings. So I kind of liked that and that song. Those are my picks for the week. Hope you enjoyed them, and thank you for having me.
You, Spencer, good as always.